My hair.
Oh, I thought you were taking another picture. I know I washed mine today, but I didn't fix it.
What do you think of this new part?
Oh, I look like Dagan. Don't I? Y'all watch Dagan on Fox News? That's a Dagan look right there, isn't it? Look, babe, I could be Dagan for Halloween.
You better look at Dagan.
Oh, you're sweet, but I think she's beautiful.
She's pretty.
And I say I look like her, so that means me conceited.
She's very creamy.
There's Saturday.
Hello, Adrienne. ALP_179. Hello, Army B. Jakob. Hello, Tiff Tippin. Araceli Torres. Hello, Christina. Tim S. My man. Hector. Wasabi. Hello, April. Annalou. Rosa. Everybody filing in. Power's back on. That's good.
Oh, you lost power in this weather?
Are you having rolling blackouts? Hello, Bethany. We are actually late today. You were on time. Hello, Roxana.
Alan's running a little late. He had to get his parents from the airport.
I do a little Uber. Hello, Justin. My man. Hello, Veronica.
My daddy says when he picks up people from the airport, he's goober because he's from South Carolina. That's a pretty funny bit.
It's a dad joke.
Goober.
Hello, Sin.
I think it's pretty funny.
We're going to do a private presidential bit just for you, Sin. Hello, Carissa.
I don't know if we're going to do more presidential
No,
bits.
my mom didn't. She nothing. I said, "Where's my balato?" And she goes, "I ain't got no balato for you."
They didn't win?
Nothing.
Did they lose? Like
My mom says
bad?
she said she got up 400 at one point, and then she gave it all back. Gave it all back. Hello, Edison Al. Hello, Linda. Hello, Carissa. Hello, Ina Tool. Where's
It's gonna stop raining tomorrow.
Hello, Shannon. Where's Dot? We haven't seen Dot in a while.
It's finally gonna start raining tomorrow.
Woohoo! Way to go, Shannon. School's canceled for tomorrow? Little Matt 928, where are you? What part of the world are you in?
Is that where school's canceled?
I don't know. Little Matt said he's got no power and he's got no school tomorrow.
Maybe that's why school's canceled because power's out.
Oh, he's in Louisiana.
Do you have bad storms there?
Yeah, freaking, what's the name of it? Zeke or
Is that the one that busted up our
Zorro or what's the name of this one?
We're going to Mexico for Thanksgiving.
Zeta.
And it messed up the resort where we're going to too, you know. And one of your scary guys fell out of the tree today. I put him on the front porch.
Damn it. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Andrew Pullen. Have we been to the Crayon Experience in Plano?
I went for a kids
I have
event
not.
there one day. Did not stay very long. It was, are you asking my opinion on it?
He wanted to know if the question was, have you been?
I mean,
Ad?
no, not an ad because I have to, you know, it's okay. How old are your kids?
Wow.
Is the bigger question.
Dime, little Matt.
What's dime?
He said it messed up the yacht and the champagne.
Oh, wow. When you get it fixed, invite us out and we'll rechristen the boat.
I used to know a guy with a yacht. He stood on it one time in pink shorts and a skipper hat with a gold medallion buried in his chest area. He said, "Hey guys, look at this."
Yep.
He was holding his stuff. Hello, Abe.
Was it a yacht or a big boat?
It was a yacht.
What makes it a yacht?
It was about
How big does it have to be? Did our friends Rob and Christina have a yacht or a big boat?
About 40 freaking feet.
What's the one they have? Is that a yacht or just a big boat?
Not even close.
So it's just a big boat?
Yeah. No, I don't know that for sure.
I don't know what makes a yacht.
We used to call it the yacht. I think it was just a really, really big
Big
boat.
boat. The Crayola experience is fine. If your kids are really into coloring, I think you can make your own crayons there. There's usually like you can pick up passes. I would try to download some sort of discount coupon before you go. I knew at the Subway where we go to
Eat
a
fresh.
lot, they would have some coupons there. There's also a new thing at Stonebriar Mall. It's a big play event area space, but I don't know if it's open right now because of Corona or if they have some restrictions, but look into the play area at Stonebriar Mall too. I'm not talking about the playground within the mall. I'm talking like a place you pay and go and hang out. And then there's that new Mario Andretti. What's that place called, honey? It's over there. There's a Shields.
Yeah, we need to go there.
Yeah, there's a Shields, which is this gigantic. I'm assuming you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This is in the Colony, and it's a great big department store, a sporting goods store called Shields. And right next to it, Mario Andretti has an indoor racing facility with. Can you turn on the fan, please? Since you're right there, if you don't mind. It's an indoor racing facility with a lot of stuff to do.
I don't want you to be uncomfortable.
I'm having a hot flash.
We want you to be comfortable. We want you to be very
So there's some options
Where's
for
the
you if you're
remote,
looking for stuff to
Evans?
do. It's over here. Right. It was over here.
People always moving my stuff.
Well.
Yep.
Here it is right there.
People always moving. Hey, I like that light on like that. It's kind of
So anyway,
it's kind of warm.
there's your
There we go.
suggestions. Whew.
All right,
Warm.
guys. Hello, Yenny Dunbar. All right,
Let's go.
you guys ready?
Yes.
Gonna do a little something, something.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, give me a little something, something.
Testing 1, 2. Testing.
Because
I don't know why we do that every time because nothing.
I watched the
moves.
levels.
But nothing moves. You don't adjust anything.
Yeah, I did before this podcast. Wanna Rimmer, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Wanna Rimmer, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Wanna Rimmer. I don't really know what that means.
I don't either. I don't.
You don't want to know what that
I'm
means.
ready for that bit to die in 2021
How come all of my bits you want them to die?
because they're lewd. I'd like to elevate the humor just a little.
You
bit.
haven't seen lewd.
Oh, I don't
I'll
wanna
give
see
you
it.
lewd.
I have.
I'll give you more lewd.
Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans. This is my husband. Is he lewd? I don't know, but it's Alan Evans.
Hey, Trade in the house. Right before we came on, right before we hit the record button, Kellie informs me that she wants to get rid of yet another bit that I do.
Because all the
Where does it end?
Because
Where does it end?
It ends when you with the lewd stuff.
Why are you
Get
trying
rid
to
of the lewd
censor me?
stuff.
Why are you
Yeah.
trying to censor me?
I just want a kinder, gentler podcast.
I just want to talk.
I know, babe. You know what? You could start the Lewd Dudes podcast. That sounds like a great title. You and your friends that want to just talk dirty and be lewd, call it Lewd Dudes.
No, because
And y'all just get on there and you can do it, say whatever you want,
All
talk
you-
dirty.
all you got to do is go to any Hooters, go to any Bone Daddies in the Metroplex, park next to 4 dudes and listen to their conversation, and there's the Lewd Dudes
okay.
podcast.
Well, then take a microphone and record it.
No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that.
Exactly. No one wants to hear
But see,
it.
the difference here is the juxtaposition. You like that one? You like that one? The
Why don't
juxtaposition.
you define it for all
Well,
of us, honey?
the contrast between me and you. Hey, when you got bacon, you got to have eggs, right?
Do you?
When you got peanut butter, you got to have the jelly.
Do you?
Yes. When you got salt, you got to have pepper
Do you?
and spinderella. Well, you got one guy on here who's kind of lewd. You're kind of straight. We're like the odd couple.
I am a stick in the mud. I will
Remember
say
The Odd
that. I'm a
Couple?
bit of a prude sometimes, and yet I like dirty songs.
Yeah, Kellie.
But to a limit.
She whips me
I don't
sometimes.
like the WAP song. That's too much.
What? I don't know what
That's
that
the
means.
Cardi B
I
one.
don't know what that
Well,
means.
you listen to the song, you know what it means.
It means what?
See, don't. See, I should have even brought it up. My bad.
But Kellie, she'll say something after, like, we'll stop. Here's a little peek behind the kimono. I'm going to open the kimono, revealing all. We'll get done with the podcast. Or she'll say, did you really need to be that lewd on that joke? You told a really lewd joke. I'm like, babe, first of all, if I didn't tell it on the podcast, you'd be laughing hysterically at it. Second of all, you listen to Heather McMahon,
And I
who's
told
got to
you,
have the most
is
potty
very-
mouth
she
I've
does.
ever heard.
I haven't listened to Heather in a minute. I told you that. She was confined in
She'll
quarantine,
throw a
and she-
grunt down.
Oh,
She'll
God.
throw a hissy
She got
or a hussy.
Hey, Alan, that's enough. You don't need to be explicit. Even alluding to it. We all understand what you're saying.
I mean,
she got real dirty. She got real dirty, but she's, she's
she makes
funny.
me look like Pope John Paul.
All right, honey.
The second.
Why don't you and Heather start a podcast together then? Anyway, let's cleanse our palates, shall we? I'm going to tell you about a scam. If you have, not even for an older parent, but you need to be careful. We're heading into the holidays and a lot of people fall victims to scams. We still get the random email from people saying they're a prince and they need to have you, transfer some money for them and then they'll repay you with millions or whatever. I don't know if people are still falling for that, but they must be, or else we would be getting those emails. But we had a really interesting situation that happened with Big Al from the Kid Craddock Morning Show's
man,
his mother, and I'm the one that was like,
"You smell a rat, babe?"
And I was right. It took me a minute, but he said one thing that triggered me, and I'm like, "That's a scam." So we'll get to that. Also, I promise you, because this is our last podcast before Halloween, I've got a list of the quintessential horror movies.
People love lists.
Love lists. And we're going to go through those and see if we've actually seen some of them. Like there's some of them I just won't see. I don't like messing with a lot of devil stuff.
Whoa.
Like The Exorcist. I've never seen The Exorcist.
Have you not?
And if there's a movie list about
man.
Halloween movies, Exorcist is going to be on there.
Yeah.
But then again, I watched Poltergeist.
Poltergeist was scary.
That was scary.
Yeah.
That's some devil stuff too. So I'm a hypocrite.
Well, they all got devil stuff. A lot of them got devil stuff.
Right. So anyway, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
And also,
good grief.
Your wife is falling apart.
Yeah.
Falling apart.
Uh-huh. I
noticed when I hit 30, stuff started changing. Like everything I used to do stopped working. I ended up.
And that was a quarter of a century ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Thank you.
And it's just like now I'm coming to another shift again in life. And it's sad, right? So I'm going to bitch a little bit about what's going on with me. Got a lot to get to in this podcast, honey. And you said you brought some stuff too.
I don't know if I'll have time for my stuff.
You do.
Well, no.
What'd you bring?
You got on here as the skipper and said what we were doing.
I'm just trying to redirect the ship.
We'll just do your stuff.
You didn't bring anything, did you?
No, I brought a lot of stuff, actually.
Name one.
Well,
if you could only pick one thing to do, what would it be?
I'm going to do all my stuff. We had another murder here in Evans Manor. There was a murder. This one was inside the residence.
Y'all better have a strong stomach for this. This is bad.
And we will go into detail.
Not too much detail. Not graphic.
But then to bring it home for Jerome, I have something fun.
Okay, good. Because we'll need to cleanse our palates after
Oh,
God.
I was disturbed.
It was bad, y'all.
It was unsettling.
But it is what it is.
I posted it on my Instagram. Everyone was disturbed.
I know, it's bad. I can't believe you even posted it. If you missed it, we'll tell you a little bit about that.
Okay.
One of our dogs is a murderer, but we've been down this path before, haven't we? Life is stressful. I'm falling apart. One of our dogs is a murderer. And sometimes you just need somebody just to pound that tension and that stress out. But you don't always, you can go get a massage. But those are expensive, right? And I could ask Alan to rub on my shoulders and he'll be, okay, that's enough.
Not true.
Like, Alan.
Not true.
So you know what? I solved all those problems. When I need some stress relief and I just want some good percussion therapy, I got my Theragun.
Theragun.
And I'll tell you what I do love about the Theragun. I'm shocked at how long of a charge that thing holds. It holds, because I'm thinking, oh, there's no way it's going to work now. I'm going to have to charge it. And it's still going. It's crazy. But the Theragun, like I said, it is a handheld percussive therapy device. It releases that deep muscle tension. It uses a scientifically calibrated combination of depth, speed, and power. Now, as quiet as an electric toothbrush, the all-new Gen 4 Theragun. So if you've had an older model Theragun, you know what? Pass that on to like your brother or something and say, you know what, brother? I want you to have this here. I'm going to give you my Theragun. And then you get the Gen 4. He's still going to be thrilled because it still gives that great deep that you need to get that tension worked out of your shoulders and the backs of your calves after a good workout. But with the Gen 4 Theragun, it's so quiet. You're going to wonder sometimes, is this thing on? But it is. We love it. We use it on the reg. Alan I wanted one for so long, and I finally got one, and I was like, hallelujah, it's a game changer. And I love that you can angle it where you can do it to yourself and get it in all the right spots.
It is a game changer, and you can try Theragun risk-free for 30 days. There's no substitute for the Theragun Gen 4 with an OLED screen, a personalized Theragun app, and the quiet and power you need, starting at only $199. Go to Theragun.com/Lovin right now and get your Gen 4 Theragun today. That's Theragun.com/Lovin. Theragun.com/Lovin.
All right. Where do we begin? Let me start with the scam, since that's kind of like the order that I teach.
So my man got scammed. What happened?
Well, I
missed
haven't even
this.
talked to
Did
you
y'all
about
talk
it.
about this on the nationally syndicated?
No,
Okay.
because this all kind of played out after the show.
So this is behind the kimono.
A little bit behind the kimono.
Okay.
So Al's mother, she's an older woman. She's widowed. She's, but she doesn't sleep much. So she'll call Al sometimes when we're getting ready to go on the air. She'll call him sometimes before we go on there, like at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, because she's awake, Anyway, we were just talking about this yesterday. It was so funny. Al, we were saying if somebody called, his mother always said, if you get arrested, there's this like TikTok thing going on where you pretend to be the jail calling your parents. The kids are saying, you've got a collect call from Dallas County Jail. Will you accept the charges? That's this new bit. And Big Al said just yesterday, man, I know my mom has always told me, if I ever get thrown in jail, don't call her. So we just said that 24 hours before this happened. So she calls Al this morning and she says, Al,
What time?
Before the show.
So 5 a.m.,
Really
5:30
early.
a.m.
She got a call in the middle of the night from a bail bondsman, or an attorney, I should say, saying that her grandson, Al's son, had gotten arrested for DUI, that he was in an accident, that it was not his fault, that the person crashed into the grandson. But when the officers got there, they realized that he was drunk. So now he's in jail, and he didn't want to call his father because he knew how upset his father would be. So he called his sweet this is, and I'm paraphrasing, but they're like, they don't want to call his dad because he knows his dad's going to be so upset. So he's hoping that you can bail him out and y'all can work this out tomorrow. He told her that the bail was at $50,000. And so she'd need $5,000. And I'm just listening to that, and I'm like, wow, this is bad. And Al, of course, is furious because what does his mother do? She's like, can't help you because he's like, that's what my mom does. She already said, I'm not bailing anybody out. You get yourself in this mess. And plus, she's an older lady. That'd be really hard for her to come up with $5,000. So anyway, Al was so mad about, look at my son's done, So we were talking to him about it through the morning. We were like, $50,000 for a DUI. That sounds like a lot. And they were like, well, if there was an accident or something, I was like, well, Al, would this be his first offense? And so I Googled, what is a first offense DUI? And it was like $1,000 or something. I guess it depends on what your blood alcohol, but what I Googled, it said like for a first time offender, what I saw was like $1,000 and 10% would be $100. And I was like, man, that just doesn't sound right. And then JC was talking about, well, he had some friends, blah, blah, blah. And this is what Al said to me that was like, it's a scam. The man told her that when she went to get the $5,000, if she could get it all in $100 bills.
Well,
there you go.
There you go. I mean, come on.
JC still thought it was legit.
Oh my God.
JC said because what happened to a friend of his that got arrested, they give you a list of bail bondsmen, and some of them are real shady, right? And there's some of these are just fly by the seat of their pants operations. You go by the downtown jail and stuff, you see all these bail bondsman places. I said, Big Al, that sounds like a scam to me, because I remember I was listening to a podcast. This is what made me think. There's a scam that people pull. where they get people to pay ransom money for kidnappers. So like they'll call this woman and they say, we've got your brother and they'll have these foreign accents to scare him,
Good eye, mate.
We've got your brother kidnapped, and they'll have him, like, they'll play something of him yelling in the background so she knows it's his voice. And she's like, oh my God, and you've got to get this money, and if you get the police involved, blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, these people are calling the brother. And so while she's like screaming on the phone, like, oh my God, they're taping her. And they call the brother and they play, we've got your sister and you've got to go get this money. And so he hears his sister screaming in the background. This is a scam going on all the time. So Al tried calling his son. I was like, why don't you, before we do anything and see if your son's in jail, why don't you have you tried calling him to see if he answers the phone? Oh, no, I haven't. So he tried. Of course, he doesn't answer. Nobody answers, but it did come to find out it was all a scam.
So where was the son?
He was at home.
Okay. Can I ask I just have an obvious question. Why did they not ask for the son can I talk to my son? Why are you calling on behalf of my son?
Because he was
Where
in jail.
is my son?
Remember, he was in jail.
He gets a phone call, doesn't he?
This is the thing. That they didn't call Al. They called the grandmother. Older people are more easily deceived, and they're counting on the fact that she'll have a soft spot for her grandson and want to help him out and protect him from from the dad who's going to be so upset. But they called the wrong person because doorbell's like, you get yourself in trouble. You figure it out.
I mean, what am I talking about? I'm the a-hole that gave a total stranger $100 for saying her card got declined at Walmart.
And it's the middle of the night, so they catch an older person off guard. They're playing on their sympathy. And what old person wouldn't do that? They've said they've had people at Target who they're trained to look for, because these older people will come in there and they're told they have to pay for something with Target gift cards. And they'll come in and want to buy all these huge Target gift cards. And the employees are now trained because they're scamming our older people. So it's worth having a conversation with your parents about that, and always just say, hey, if you ever get a call from somebody that's not me telling you that I'm in trouble or your grandkids are in trouble, hang up and call us just to see, because at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, she's thinking he's in jail and believing that. Who's she going to call? She's not going to think to hang up and call to see if he's really home asleep.
It's a bullshit.
And then by the next morning,
was it identified? Was the number identified?
I don't know. I don't know all that. I don't know if they can trace it.
I wonder if she even has a phone. Was it her home phone?
Yeah. But I was asking Al, I said, well, how do they know the grandson's name? He said they never said the name. So they're probably just fishing a little bit too.
Yeah.
If an older person answers, they'll say your grandchild, your grandson, your granddaughter. And then you automatically think of that troublemaking grandkid,
I don't
right?
know, man. That'd have thrown up my bullshit meter. Of course, I say that. And you said I got scammed in a parking lot, which I did.
Imagine the phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I would say,
that our daughter has been kidnapped and blah, blah, blah. You would panic. You go in and like,
who? Which daughter?
Well,
yeah. Which one? What's the name?
Well, you assume you
Where
do
is
that. You assume you do that because you're not caught up in the moment and your blood's not ringing in your ears
and
you're not panicking. So it's just a conversation worthy to have.
No, that's a good public service announcement.
But I'm glad it was, that he didn't get in a drunk driving accident. That would have been really bad.
That's not cool. To try to fool Doorbell.
No, but I'm sure we'll talk about that on the Kid Craddock Morning Show in the morning. But guess what? You got the sneak peek, the full scoop here on a Sandwiches and Lovin' podcast.
Well, I'll tell you what, like a great man once said, the world is filled with assholes.
You said that.
I did. And these people scamming Doorbell are two of the biggest ones. Yeah.
Big jerks, especially when you take advantage of the elderly. It's like one thing you take advantage of a young person that has a few years left to earn that money back.
Well, wait a second. So it's okay to scam young people?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, but a young person has time.
You also like to drive over the speed limit.
Oh, Alan.
What's that other thing? What's that other thing you said you like to do, where you kind of skirt the law a little bit?
I don't know. What did I say?
There was something on one of the last podcasts. You said, "Well,
I drive over the speed limit.
As long as I don't get caught, I'll do it."
I don't know. I don't remember that. I know I drive over the speed limit.
Public dumping?
You do that.
No, I don't. I do not. I do not do that. Don't you be misrepresenting me, because that is not true.
You go to the trash cans behind shopping malls and shopping strips. Is that not public dumping?
I throw cardboard boxes in the recyclable thing behind a strip mall.
Well, if
I don't see any sign that says
that's what Alan
no
says.
Public dumping.
Okay, so now you're saying you do.
No, to me, public dumping is if you dump your Barco lounger on the side of the road.
No, we don't do that.
But
Alan will, like, if we have a bunch of stuff and we got to get rid of it, and the garbage, the big bulk garbage isn't coming for a month, he'll go to the shopping strip that has the big trash cans in the back. And I am always horrified. I'm like, we're going to get in trouble. We're not supposed to be doing this. There's a camera. They're getting us. And he's like, Kelly, there's no signs.
They're just big dumpsters.
I know, but I just always feel like I'm going to get in trouble.
I've seen freaking like couches in those things before.
Again, I just feel like I'm going to get in trouble. I don't know if we're allowed to do that or not. Alan jumping all over me. Don't you say I do that. It's exactly what you do. You don't do it like an empty field.
If I see a sign that says no dumping,
you don't.
I'm not going to dump.
Right. You don't. I'm not saying you do it like in an empty field, but you do it in the trash bins behind shopping
in a legal trash bin.
Yes. That's what he does.
Well, there's no sign that says no trespassing.
That's true. And then I'm like, that box has our home address on it. They're going to fine us. Panic. I always panic. All right. So do you want to talk about horror movies right now? Or do you want to talk about your wife falling apart?
Either one.
Or the murderer. We've got so much to get to.
You're producing. Just keep moving.
Let's talk about let's save all the scary stuff, the horror movies and the murdering dog.
Okay.
And let's start with me. Let's talk about me. I'm falling apart. So for about a year, everybody, Kid Crowdy used to make this big deal that I was always complaining. And I really don't complain that much. I really don't. Alan, do I? I really don't complain that much. But I have had a pain in my wrist for about a year. And I just haven't said anything to Alan about it because it's one of those things like, what's he going to do? My wrist hurts.
Did this start when you fell?
No. This is just a pain in my right wrist. I can't bend it backwards. So if your hand's like in a push-up position, that hurts me so bad.
You couldn't do that.
Painful, extremely painful.
With just your one arm?
Just the right arm.
Just your right arm.
I can do anything else with my hand. I can fist. I can ball up a fist. I can point. I can write. Nothing bothers it. But if I do that movement, terribly painful. So like getting up off the bathtub, I'll just get up with my left hand. If I do a plank, I've been trying to plank more. I plank on my elbows. I don't do it in a push-up position because it absolutely hurts really bad. And I thought, this is just something I can live with, not a big deal. Until about, 2 weeks ago, I wanted to get up and change the rotation of the fan blades in our master bedroom. I wanted to see if they were going the right, sometimes.
You wanted to change the rotation of the fan blades. Why?
You're supposed to in the winter and the summer,
yes,
right?
I understand that.
So, but I wasn't sure it was in the right rotation because in the winter, you want the air to be drawn up. And in the summer, you want the air to push down.
So you want it to be warmer. You want it to be warmer in our bedroom.
No, I want it to be cooler.
Well, then the fan needs to be blowing down.
Well, I was making sure that the fan blades were going the correct direction.
It's been blowing down all summer.
Remember when the fan kept getting turned on, the light kept turning on. We didn't understand what was happening, and I'd go in there and the light would be on, and I'd turn it off. I was like, the fan is freaking out. You're getting me off track of my story. I wanted to climb up and change the direction of the fan blades. Well, I'm crawling up on the bed. I hike my leg up there, all 5'9" of me, and I go to pull my other haunch up, and I lost my footing. I went to catch myself with my right hand on the footboard of the bed, and my wrist just gave out on me, and I face planted on the bed. Thank God it was on the bed, but I'm like,
man, I wish I could have seen that.
It was bad.
Oh, I wish I could have seen that.
I busted. I couldn't support myself. And I was like.
So hold on. You're standing on the bed.
I went to get up. So I put one foot up on the bed and I was going to get up with the other one.
And then your hand got like that.
So I kind of touched the bed just to kind of, to balance me. But then I lost my balance.
And then
and when I went to catch myself in the right hand, I completely collapsed beneath me and I face planted.
Okay, so your arm buckled like that?
Yes.
And then, okay, so you just, okay,
my wrist gave out.
I see.
Completely gave out.
And then you fell onto the bed.
Face planted on the bed.
And then that's when I heard,
butt near,
and then that's when I heard the scream. Ah, Alan!
Yes. Did I say Alan?
Yeah, I think so.
I came out and told him what happened.
And I had roots, like I had a tap root growing through the bottom of my chair in the living room. Move.
You heard me scream and call you.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. No, I said, what, dear? What can I help you with?
I don't know what's wrong with Alan lately, but everything I do is annoying to him. Just FYI.
Not true.
Face planting.
Not true.
Well, I did have to come in there and tell him what happened. I said, look, I haven't told you this, but for about a year, my wrist has been bothering me. I don't know what's wrong with it. I was just going to live with it. But I'm afraid if I don't get this taken care of, what if I'm 10, 15 years older and I go to fall, or even now, if I go to fall and I try to catch myself, I could really hurt myself. So that's when I decided to go to the doctor to get it checked out. And first thing he does an x-ray in his office. He's like, I can't see anything, but there's a gap here, blah, blah, blah. Go get an MRI. Go get the MRI, come back. Well, I really don't still see anything. I'm like, and that's when you start feeling like a bad patient. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. It really hurts. Mm-hmm. So he put me in this hand splint. So I can't put my hand in that position. I can't go backwards with my hand if I wanted to. He put me on rheumatoid arthritis medicine.
Is it helping?
Well, I just started it today. I got the hand splint yesterday.
And what's one of the side effects?
Well, I should read it. It was saying, you could experience dizziness and blah, 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 and all these things.
Change your voice.
No, I'm not, because it's part of life.
Change your voice.
If you have
change your voice.
No. I could look it up. It's really, I should pull up the box and read the side effects. There's like a million of them. But one of them, like if you have this symptom, call your doctor immediately. It was like if your poop is black and tar, like black tar. I'm like, yeah, I'm calling somebody if I'm pooping black tar. That's disgusting. But I have not experienced that symptom yet. And I hope I do not. But I had my blood work done before I started the medicine. So I got to take that for a week. My blood work's going to come back. And I'm going to find out if I have rheumatoid arthritis. And if I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what's next, surgery? I don't know. Or I just live with it.
Now you're lurching on the podcast.
Well, you know what? That might not have been picked up, but you pointed it out. So yes, I stopped.
Is it time for me to just cram your ass in an RV and you and I just ride off into the sunset, or is it too early for that?
A little too early for that.
Because this isn't good.
What, my wrist isn't good?
You're
ready to put me out of the pasture?
Yes.
I lost my balance.
I'm gonna get you the help button. No, I'm not joking. I'm gonna get you the help button.
I never realized I've never fallen as much as I have since I met you.
Oh my God.
I fall all the time. I really have never fallen that much in my life.
That's your fifth now?
I fall all the time.
Your fourth or fifth? Well, there's the famous New York City fall. There's the Mexico,
the Dominican Republic,
butt slapping on the wet marble floor fall.
Republic.
What was that one?
That was the Dominican Republic.
Oh, the Dominican Republic. There's the Galleria fall, which the Galleria was afraid you were going to sue them or something.
Could have.
I know there's another one in there because there's this one that makes 5, I think. There's one more big fall in there somewhere.
Yeah, somebody will remind you. Yeah, I do fall a lot with you.
It's just because your head gets going one direction and you can't stop it.
No.
Yeah, that's why.
And that's not why I fell. When when my feet fall out from under me.
I know, but
there's usually water involved, except in New York. There was hey babe, watch out, boom, boom. Watch that step.
But your little arthritic wrist couldn't hold all the weight.
No. It doesn't. Are you implying I'm heavy?
No, that's not what I said.
All right.
I just said that. Your arthritic wrist.
And then today I went and had all my spider veins done. Ladies, have you ever done that? Where you go get your spider veins injected? Because that's one of the things I've always been complimented on was my legs.
Our over 65 audience is loving this podcast.
Let me tell you, no. I started having my first spider vein issues right out of high school. I had a horrible patch of spider veins. It was hereditary on my upper thigh. It was so bad I had to get it treated 3 times. But my skin is so fair and
creamy,
very creamy. So any broken veins show up really bright. And I wanted to get them. I'm like, that makes me look old. So I went today and had and then my legs are like pin cushions. Oh, they're like, oh, bad. It's not that bad. I've had my spider veins done too.
Man, a lot of personal maintenance.
I'm trying to keep it up for you, babe.
A lot of personal maintenance. You've been stretching. You got your stretching done today.
Yeah.
I got stretched today too.
Trying to get rid of my humpback. My husband doesn't like my humpback.
Babe, your humpy back. Babe, I was laying on my back. He does the one where, okay, so my left leg is straight and my right foot, like he's in between my legs, okay?
Yeah.
And he's pushing my right foot out to the side like this. So my leg is straight.
Yeah.
And then it hits the wall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're very limber or you're too close to the wall?
Too close to the wall.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I just hit the wall. He's like, well, we are kind of close to the wall.
I've been told multiple times by the people that stretch me, wow, you're really tight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, your hip flexors are really tight. Wow.
I'm going to change your voice on that.
What's wrong with that? They all take notes because you can see the same person, but I'm like, I just take whoever can fit in my schedule. And he's like, well, the guy here said you really need to work on your hip flexors. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, wow, you are really tight. And then the neck, man, I was like, God, am I the stiffest person they've ever had up there? I've been told I'm pretty stiff before.
You got that right. I like my guy, Patrick, because he always...
Is he the only one you've seen?
He's the only one I've seen because he stretches me out. Then he goes, that was a good stretch. Good stretch. He always tells me good stretch.
Maybe I need to book with Patrick.
He's good. Yeah.
I think I'm going to the girl next time. They have one lady in there. So I think I'm going to go to her.
I might try one of the ladies up there just to do
There's only one.
Just to do a bit.
There's only one.
To see if she pins my knees up by my ears.
Yeah, it's very intimate.
Well, I mean, you got to show some maturity and decorum.
I do.
Decorum when you're there.
I do.
You can't be making jokes.
I don't. I'm all serious.
Like, hey, I'm kind of in a compromising position here.
Well, we all know. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. Wonk, wonk. Hopefully next week I'll have some news and it'll be the best case scenario, even though I'm not really sure what that is. I think the best case scenario is it's just fixable. And I don't have to take a bunch of medicines forever. I just want to fix it and be done with it. That's best case scenario,
I hope
right?
so. Well, I hope it's nothing serious. Seriously.
All right. Me too. Seriously?
Seriously. I don't want it to be anything bad.
All right. Well, when I get my spider veins done, I'm not supposed to do he said I can do really heavy exercise if I want to, but, any excuse to put that off another day. Am I right, ladies? But I'll tell you what makes me look super cute when I am working out and feel good too are my Sweaty Betty workout leggings. These are the ones I told you about. What Sweaty Betty's known for is giving you a butt, that making the most of your assets. And let me tell you, I have nothing going on back there. Nothing. Flat as a fritter.
It's West Texas.
But I put on these Sweaty Betty leggings. I didn't say anything to Alan.
There's a pool table.
Didn't say a word to him. He complimented my butt.
Oh, it was like apple bottom.
I wouldn't go that far. These aren't miracle leggings. Well, they are miracle leggings. They gave me some butt.
It was like...
I wasn't an apple bottom. But the fact that he noticed is huge.
It was like 2 pale moons.
No other athletic brand can compete with the Sweaty Betty power leggings. They're expertly placed seams. They've got squat-tested compression fabric that physically give your booty instant peach emoji status, even for the flattest of the flat like myself. They're quick drying. They've got deep pockets on the side, so you can really put those mega-sized cell phones in there and not worry about them popping out. That was always a problem for me. I love that. They're also high-waisted. That's good for muffin top. It keeps it all tucked in there. You look slimmer in them as well. Take their quiz at sweatybetty.com. You'll find the perfect style and choose from a wide selection of strategically cut patterns. I had one of our family members, our podcast family members, reach out to me. Love them so much. She said, can I please talk about you on my social media? I'm like, yeah, why would I not want you sharing Sweaty Betty on your social media? We want the world to know about these. They are opaque fabric, adjustable drawstring waist, back and side pockets. They make staying active look sexy as hell from head to toe. I love Sweaty Betty because it gives me a booty. And I think when I feel good, my confidence is up, it makes me want to work out even more. And heading into the holidays, we need every little extra incentive we can get.
And now through November 1st,
Hurry up.
better act fast. Get 20% off your entire purchase when you visit sweatybetty.com/lovin.
Hurry.
And enter code LOVIN at checkout. This is the best offer Sweaty Betty has available anywhere because you deserve to look amazing before, during, and after your workout. Get 20% off your entire purchase at sweatybetty.com/lovin. Only until November 1st, guys.
Hurry.
Got to act fast. Got to act now.
Get Christmas presents. Guys, if you're listening, get them for your woman. They're really cute.
Spelled SWEATTY.com/lovin, LOVIN, and enter code LOVIN, LOVIN at checkout.
Okay, you got all that? If y'all forget, DM Allen.
I got all that.
DM Allen. I can't. Oh man, y'all gotta hurry on that. I'm gonna have to go order a few more pairs too. I want to take advantage of
Good
that.
stuff.
All right, babe. Let's go ahead and tell about the murdering dog because I don't want to end on that note. I'd rather do that than talk about scary Halloween movies. Wish everybody a happy Halloween and get the heck out of here. What do you say?
Okay, we can try that. So the other night, as I mentioned before, I have a taproot growing like down my back into the living room chair watching TV. And I hear a, Alan, come here. And I'm like,
this is separate from my face planting.
yeah, this is a different,
when he ignored me that time.
This is a different scream at me. And I'm like, yes, honey, what can I help you with, dear? Alan, come here now. Like, okay. So I get up.
Y'all know how mean I sound, right?
Y'all
can hear my voice.
I run into the bedroom, and what I observe is all the lights are on in the bedroom, the overhead light, the ceiling fan light, every light in the room is on.
And I'm holding the dog back.
Kellie's holding Zoe.
The Schnauzer.
And she's up in the bed. Horrified, pointing at something on the floor. So I go down there and I'm like, what is it? And she goes, I think it's a bug. Get it. And I'm looking at it. I'm like,
it was gigantic.
Does it?
It was like, how many inches would you say? It was 2 to 3 inches.
2 to 3 inches. Yeah. I'm like,
and it looked like it had like little legs curling in. It looked like a jumbo, like some sort of crustacean, except I'm like, we don't live near an ocean or something. But it was like.
Is that South Carolinian for crustacean?
What'd I say?
Crustacean?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, but it was kind of fleshy, and I swear it moved.
It was moving. I can confirm that it was moving.
And I was like, oh my God.
I didn't know what the hell it was.
What kind of bug is this?
Well,
or whatever.
I didn't want to like study it because it was nasty. And I just.
And she was chewing it. I caught her chewing it. That's why I was like, Alan, get in it.
I just assumed that Zoe, like Kellie said, was chomping on it. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Because I was watching something on TV. So I run in the other room, grab 2 paper towels, grab it, wrap it up, and I throw it in the trash outside. Okay.
Gross.
Okay. I put out another fire. The 500 fires I put out a day.
That's what you do.
I just put out fire 500.
That's what you do.
So I'm going to go put my ass back in my easy chair.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought that fire was done. Next morning.
Oh Lord, this is so bad.
Next morning. So since Kellie's been using my office, I've literally grown roots in this chair. So I crack open the laptop there. It's like I got this
in the living room.
This makeshift office in the living room. So it was early in the morning, put on the coffee, having some coffee, put on the TV, just checking my emails, doing some work. Zoe jumps up like she usually does. And it's just, being real sweet, just licking all over me. She's licking my mouth and licking my eyes and giving me a wet willy in my ear, just being real sweet.
She's so sweet in the mornings. That's what she wants to do. She wants to nuzzle you.
Yes.
She literally, you close your eyes and she'll lick your eyes. I know that sounds gross to a lot of people, but it's really sweet. She's giving you kisses.
Yeah.
And she gets in your ear and she sniffs.
Oh, all over.
She just loves and snuggles.
Oh,
she's the best.
Put her little cold nose on me everywhere. And I'm just giving her the and I'm kissing her right on the mouth.
Oh, I kissed that dog in the mouth so many times.
Just kissing her on the mouth. And then she jumps down and, she had been outside and, she'd already gone to the bathroom and everything. So, she settles down a little bit and then she goes and runs down on the living room carpet and just kind of running around. And then I notice she's really honing in on something on the carpet.
She has a ton of chew toys, by the way.
There's chew toys
everywhere.
So the floor looks like there's chew toys everywhere.
It's like having a toddler with toys everywhere. That's the way it is with Zoe.
Yeah, but I noticed she's like fixated on this one spot, and I'm like, what is that? And it was only like 6 feet away. I'm sitting in the chair, and it's literally 6 feet away, and I couldn't even tell what it was. So I go over there.
You had to uproot yourself.
I had to get my ass out of the chair. So
that was an undertaking.
I get right over it. I'm like, holy shit, that's a half-eaten rat. There's a half-eaten rat on my living room floor.
Waist down was all that was left.
Like a perfect chomp bite, like a U-shaped chomp bite. And then the only thing left were the legs and the tail.
Is that the grossest? And she was gnawing on it.
So the reason we told the story about the night before is because I was texting Kellie this. I'm like, you're never going to believe what I found. I was like, in retrospect, what that was in the living room in the bedroom, was a piece of the rat.
You think?
I think it was a piece of the rat that still had nerves.
It was still moving.
And it was still flinching.
So I said, Alan's like, oh my God. I said, don't send me a picture of it. Don't send me a picture of it. I don't want to see it. So what does he do?
Put it on social media.
He puts it in the family group text, the Evans family group text. So his mother, his father, his brother-in-law, his sister, and I see. Seriously, it was the waist down was all that left of this rat, the dog that kisses all over us with that sweet mouth. But as Alan then...
Oh, and she was licking all over my face. And I'm thinking, I'm going to die. I'm going to die of like the bubonic plague or something.
But then you did a little research, and you kind of knew this before anyway. Schnauzers were bred for this very purpose.
Yeah. So that I mean, I don't want to gross everybody out, but that was a half-eaten rat.
We don't need to do any more.
Yeah. So I had heard this, but I went onto the AKC website and Wikipedia. I started reading a little bit about Schnauzers. Okay, so here's some gee-whiz information about the miniature Schnauzer. Stocky, robust little dogs standing 12 to 14 inches. Miniature Schnauzers were bred down from their larger cousins, standard Schnauzers. We've seen those. Those are big.
Yeah, we have one in our neighborhood.
They're pretty, but they're freaking big.
Very big.
Yeah. The bushy beard and eyebrows give minis a charming human-like expression.
Very cute.
Hard, wiry coat comes in 3 patterns.
Doesn't shed at all.
Salt and pepper, black and silver, and solid black. We have black and silver. Zoe's black and silver. Created to be all-around farm dogs and ratters, they are tough, muscular, and fearless without being aggressive. They're bright, friendly, trainable, small enough to adapt to apartment life, but tireless enough to patrol acres of farmland. They get along well with other animals and kids. Home and family oriented. They make great watchdogs. So they're from
they have the most ear-piercing bark you will ever hear.
She can bark.
It's so bad.
And according to AKC, they come from the terrier group in North America due to their rat-catching background. But they don't have common ancestry with terriers from Great Britain. Their ancestry comes from Germany.
There you go.
So there's some gee-whiz info on the
So
Schnauzer.
we've got a rat catcher.
We have a rat killer.
A rat murderer, which is a good thing. It's just gross. It's gross. And then what happens last night after Alan finds that, okay, the night before we find this pulsating whatever it was that I thought was a bug. Now we assume it might have been part of the rat. The other part of the rat. And then last night, guess what? Alan, come back in here. It's happened again. There was another part. We don't know what is happening. That looked like a bug.
That looked like a combination of a leaf and some hair.
Oh, God. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It looked like it was a wet ball of leaves and hair.
She must have buried something out there and she keeps going back there like a dog buries a bone.
Yeah,
maybe
but her
she's
paws aren't ever dirty.
Not muddy. No.
I think she just caught a damn rat and ate it. Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
It's the grossest thing ever. But anyway.
Well, like I told somebody DM'd me when I posted that picture, and they were like, "Oh my God!" I said, "That's why they call them animals."
Right. My daughter's like, "I'm never touching that dog again. Larry's my favorite now." And all Larry does is growl at her.
Yeah, all Larry's done is kill a baby rabbit, but that was okay, I guess.
We assume that's what happened.
He murdered that little baby rabbit outside.
Don't tell him, Kellie.
Why?
Because she would be beside herself.
About the baby rabbit?
It's bad enough about a rat.
Oh, no, Larry chased the baby rabbit into the pool.
Yeah. But then we found like, I came in the house one day and there was like literally a puff of cotton, which I've now come to find out was the cotton tail.
Right.
And apparently a rabbit had burrowed in our little garden area and got scared off. The mother rabbit got scared off, leaving her babies behind.
Yeah, we had a bunch of baby rabbits back there.
One of them drowned.
Was that pre-Zoe? Because Zoe would have gone back there and ate all those. I think
it was pre-Zoe. Yeah.
Boy, she'd have had a field day. She'd have ate every one of them.
Yeah, it's bad. But you know what? They're animals, like you said.
I just can't believe there was a perfect little chomp. It was like she chomped it in half.
If y'all missed it on Alan's Instagram, well, congratulations.
I'll post it on a Sandwiches and Lovin's Instagram.
Well.
They think that'll get me banned?
It won't get you banned, but it's really shocking. I guess because you're talking, people have the option of whether or not they want to go look at it. Some people have a morbid curiosity.
I'll post it.
Well, you can if you want. So anyway, that's a horrifying story. We've had a scary story about an older woman about to be scammed by somebody faking a DUI arrest. We have a murdering dog, and how better to do this last podcast before the scariest night of the year, Halloween. We're going to talk about the quintessential horror movies that should be on your list. I know, baby. I'm all good. I don't need any direction.
Oh.
No, I'm
really?
Good. I'm good. I don't need to be told there's a little something.
What are you, white cheddar?
No, but I got this.
Do you?
I do.
Do you?
Now, tonight, when I leave this lovely man sitting next to me to go to bed, and he sits up and continues watching television, and what's your average bedtime now? When you finally crawl in bed?
Well, as soon as you leave, it gets real quiet. Then I just fall asleep.
So you fall asleep in the living room and then come and crawl in bed
because it
with
gets so quiet.
Why don't you go to bed with me anymore?
I do. The other night I went to bed at 8:30. You're out here watching TV.
I was out here watching a movie with my daughter.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that.
Yes. You need to start going to bed with me. Our marriage is suffering. Really. Anyway, I'm teasing. So you've heard us talk about Brooklyn and sheets before, because that's what I'm crawling into as soon as this is over. They're the home of the internet's favorite sheets, but their towels are also amazing. We have Brooklyn and towels too in our bathroom because they give our daily routines, which would include showering on the regular, a little something extra. And you can choose your level of plushness with Brooklyn, and the towel of your dreams is just waiting to wrap you up. And a lot of us are spending more and more time at home now. We're getting out when we can, but when you're at home, it's nice to invest in the little extras to make you feel more comfortable, to make it even softer and cozier in a more welcoming place, your own little nest. So we're looking for ways to turn our bathroom into a little mini spa. We have a great big bathtub that we love. That was one of the features for this house for you, Alan.
Oh, I love that. It was
almost spa-like.
Yes.
When you get out of the tub, you don't want to wipe off with some scratchy, non-absorbent towel.
Use your Brooklyn.
You want to use your Brooklyn towel and find your zen. They're cozy. They're warm. It's perfectly fine to stay in your towel all day after your shower if you want to. We're not judging. Just don't leave the house in it. But Brooklyn and towels not only make it possible, they make it comfortable.
Yes, they do. And Brooklyn is the perfect place to find all the comforts of home, including ultra soft towels. Yeah, that too. They are so confident in their product that everything comes with a lifetime warranty. And that's a long time. Use promo code Kellie for 10% off your first order at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code Kellie, Kellie. Brooklinen, everything you need to live your most comfortable life.
Thank you, Brooklinen, longtime sponsor, and thank you for choosing me as your promo code.
I wonder if they know that I do any of the reading on that.
Oh, they listen. Trust me.
You think that's you think that's why they've refused to change it?
Oh, I'm sure they enjoy.
They
enjoy it. Okay, so Ranker. This is a website I really like. If you ever want no, it's just a website I go to sometimes when I love lists. I love lists.
People
I love
love
making
lists.
lists. I love making to-do lists. I love crossing things off lists. I love making Christmas lists. I love reading lists. And this is the time of year when people really like giving you the year-end lists, right? Well, Ranker, the thing I like about this is you can put up a topic. You can start your own list if you have something, and people will add to the list, and then other users will either vote it up or vote it down on the rankings. So as of the recording of this podcast, this list could actually change depending on how many people come across and say, oh, I want to vote. No, I don't like that movie. Vote it down. I like this one. Vote it up. So that's how Ranker works. It's really cool. So they have done the quintessential horror movies, and they listed the top 25. I know 25 is a lot, but I'll just kind of blaze through these really quickly.
25?
Until we get to the top 10. Now,
Is this a U.S. site?
Ranker? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rosemary's Baby came in 25th. I started watching Rosemary's Baby many years ago and never sat through the whole thing. It was very slow, and then it got super creepy. This is a 1986 or 68 movie, excuse me. Remember Mia Farrow, that little tiny little, that's when I think she was with Frank Sinatra, wasn't it? She cut that little cute pixie hair.
This before my time, babe.
Anyway, it's something about how she's a pregnant woman, and she's afraid that her husband has made this pact with her really eccentric neighbors and believes that he may have promised them that her child will be used as a human sacrifice in their occult rituals in exchange for success in his acting career. That's gross. And I've never seen Rosemary Baby, but they said that's the 25th.
Never seen it.
24th, American Werewolf in London. I think I've seen parts of this, but I've never seen the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
This is one of those movies I never saw in the theater. It came out in 1981. It's a horror comedy film written and directed by John Landis. If you know that name, John Landis was the man behind the Thriller video with Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And remember, he was the werewolf?
Wow. No, I didn't know that.
So there's that. So that's number 24 on the list. Again, I've only seen parts of it. 23 is the movie 28 Days Later. If you're not familiar, it's a 2002 British post-apocalyptic horror film directed by Danny Boyle. The plot depicts the breakdown of society following the accidental release of a highly contagious virus.
Whoa.
And focuses upon the struggle of 4 survivors to cope with the destruction of the life they once knew.
The virus thing.
How about that?
The virus thing is a big player in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
And now when we've had a little taste of
Outbreak.
Yeah, you've got a little taste of now of what a virus can do to like shut down the entire country.
Wasn't The Stand about a virus?
I remember. I think I've seen parts of this one as well, but never the whole thing.
I've never seen this one.
28 Days Later is number 23. Coming in 22nd is The Ring. That's 2002 as well. This was based on a novel. Let's see. The film, where is it? It's not. It's a remake of the 1998 Japanese horror film Ring. So, did you see that one?
I didn't see that.
Naomi Watts.
Oh, overall,
I remember there's something about a girl in a ring. I don't know. I didn't watch that.
If I may just interject for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The horror genre is not my
your favorite.
I don't go seeking horror movies to watch.
Number 21 is Hellraiser, a 1987 British horror film. A couple more British ones on there. This has got how the needles coming out of his head. I didn't see that one either. In 1987, I was in college. I wasn't thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting to the top 20. These might be more we might have seen. The Thing.
Okay, I did see The Thing.
A 1982 American science fiction horror film.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky.
Directed by John Carpenter. Starred Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Let's see. The film's title refers to its primary antagonist, a parasitic extraterrestrial life form that assimilates other organisms and in turn imitates them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty
freaky. The Thing infiltrates an Antarctic research station, taking the appearance of the researchers it absorbs, and paranoia develops within the group. Ooh.
Yeah. Have you never seen that one?
No.
And then this one got remade, I think, too, to more modern. That was freaky.
In 1982, I would have been in 10th grade. Probably. Oh, but look who's in it. Adrienne Barbeau. She was in the movie The Swamp Thing. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
She was real busty. I remember her poster. She was real busty. It was in 1982.
She was in the Cannonball Run movies, too.
Number 19, Scream. The original with Drew Barrymore was billed as one of the stars. She gets killed like in the first 2 minutes of the movie, basically.
1996.
1996 was when that one came out with Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox. That's the movie she met Dave Arquette, fell in love. They got married. They're since divorced.
What happened to Neve Campbell?
She's still out there acting. She's doing, I think she's in that movie now called Clouds on Disney Plus. But I heard they're doing another Scream movie. And so they'll all be reunited for that.
She was in Party of Five, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And this was her when she left Party of Five, I think. She might have still been part of Party of Five, or this might have been her first thing after that. I'm not sure.
What?
Was she also in Wild Things with Denise Richards?
I
Is
think
that her?
so, yeah.
So she's done a lot of different
Used to
things.
play that makeout scene over and over.
Number 18 is Saw. Let me just tell you,
Yeah,
this is one of my mother's favorites.
That is so...
Connie
just
Rasberry
so strange.
loved this movie.
I can't get my head around that your mom loves the Saw movies.
This one, I don't know about the other ones, but my mom and dad, what they used to do, they were in Myrtle Beach. They were, daddy would work. Mom was kind of retired. They would go to the movie theater, whatever time of day, and whatever was playing next is what they would see. It didn't matter what it was. It's like, what movie's playing next? We'll see that one. So that's, I think, how they saw Saw. I think they also saw some really crazy ones. I should have my mom do a movie review one time, but she can't remember anything like me. So anyway, I didn't see this, but in the movie, Adam and Lawrence awaken chained in a large dilapidated bathroom. Between them is a corpse holding a revolver and a tape recorder. Tapes in their pockets urge Adam to escape the room, but instruct Lawrence to take down Adam by 6 p.m. or his wife and daughter will be taken out and he will be left to die. So it's a matter of kill or be killed, and it's like a psychological thing.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't watching that. Makes me too nervous.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Number 17, The Omen.
Yeah, I remember seeing this one. This one's
Gregory
scary.
Peck.
Yeah.
Now, this is about some little kid. What's his name? Damien? Is that the kid Damon? Or Damon or Damien? Damon?
But Damien is your nephew.
No, Damien. Well, yeah, he's my nephew-in-law. Is it Damon or Damien? Is that The Omen?
Your nephew or The Omen?
The Omen. I can't remember. Number 16, Night of the Living Dead. Now, this is going
Old
way
school.
back to 1968. Remember, these are the quintessential horror movies. A zombie movie. So, I don't know. It was completed on a U.S. budget of $114,000. This is in 1968. It went on to gross $12 million domestically, $18 million internationally. It's been a cult classic ever since. So, if you haven't seen that, I guess we owe it to movie history to watch that, right?
Meh.
I've never seen it.
Meh.
Man, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen. The Evil Dead. I'm not even familiar with this one.
We're on 15, huh?
Number 15, the 1981 American horror film. The film focuses on 5 college students vacationing in an isolated cabin in a remote wooded area. They find an audio tape releases a legion of demons and spirits, and the members of the group suffer from demonic possession, leading to increasingly gory mayhem. That sounds gross.
Sounds kind of hokey.
Number 14, Pet Sematary. Never saw it.
I've seen that one. That's
The Stephen King.
freaky.
Yeah, isn't that where they bury animals and they come back to life as demon animals?
Yeah, but the most wheels off scene is there's this old sister that lives upstairs.
Yeah.
She's got this back problem. Yeah, I mean, it is so freaky.
What does that have to do with the animals?
I don't know. He just kept this when his sister lived upstairs. It was wheels
Was
off.
she the one that was in charge of the pet cemetery?
I don't know
You don't
how
remember?
she fixed it in the story. That's the only thing I can remember about that movie is that weird sister.
Number 13, Alien,
The
from
original
1979, directed by Ridley Scott. Remember with Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah,
I'd like to tell you I saw it, but I didn't.
I saw
It's
that.
so bad.
I've seen all the Aliens.
I haven't seen any of
Yeah,
those. I've seen parts of them.
They're not that scary though. They're good. They're not scary.
I guess they're intense, maybe.
Yeah, they're intense.
Sometimes intense is more scary to me than the jump scares, like
Well,
the stuff like you're looking through your fingers waiting for something.
There's
to
the
happen.
intense scary. There's the jump scary. But then there's the like devil psychological scary.
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't like that stuff.
No. Number 12 is Psycho, the classic from 1960. Norman Bates.
Speaking of upstairs,
Seen that.
Grandma's upstairs.
Is she?
Didn't he keep his mom? No, he kept his mom upstairs.
Did he?
I think so.
Did you not see this movie? I don't want to
Psycho?
spoil it for you.
It wasn't his mom?
It wasn't his
Who was it?
Alan.
I don't know.
Are
I've
you
seen it a
serious?
long time ago. I don't remember.
Should I spoil it for him?
Well, this is it.
Well, it's him.
He's up there?
He's dressed as Smother.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. I remember now. I remember now.
All right. Sorry if I spoiled
No,
that for
'cause
everybody, but it is from 1960.
We watched that the reason I couldn't remember that is because I watched that in cinema class at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
That was a long time
Well,
ago.
you took a nap.
Yeah, can't remember.
Number 11, another I have not seen. And
buzzed.
living in Texas for 26 years, you would think I would have seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that was Leatherface. Have you seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I didn't see that one. No, I didn't see that
It's
one.
from 1974. I think they've done some remakes with it. I want to say Jessica Biel was in the remake.
What?
I want to say that. Am I right?
No.
Anyway, I've never seen it. 1974, the original is the one they're ranking. Number 10 is Jaws. I did see Jaws.
Now, see, Jaws is so freaking hokey.
Okay, you go back now. If you look at it now, you look at the technology and what it used to be. But at the time, it freaked everybody out. Nobody would go in the ocean after Jaws.
Big paper mache shark coming out of the water. It didn't even look like a shark.
Well, at the time, it freaked everybody out. It was 1975. And it was pretty, earth-shattering. Well, not earth-shattering. Groundbreaking is the word I was looking for, about the giant man-eating great white shark attaching beachgoers on Amity Island. Yeah, I wouldn't go in the ocean for a long time after that. See, that's a movie that really affected society. It was so scary.
Yeah. No, at the time.
But like I said, looking back, it'd be like, they were scared of that. It's like when I watched E.T. finally after all these years. I'm like,
well, and it had Jaws had the soundtrack. And it was just scary.
Number 9, though, not the original, but the remake of It.
Now, I saw this and I thought this was one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen.
Well,
it was not scary. It was just stupid. I didn't get it.
Well, I was upset when I found out Emma Kelly's dad took her to see this, because this is out in 2017. So this is 3 years ago when she was like 11. All right. And I thought it was too intense, but I didn't see it. And she's like, it wasn't that scary. So she and her girlfriend, she has 2 girlfriends. She brought them over the other day because one of them had not seen it. And the girl that hadn't seen it was scared, wanted to watch it in broad daylight. So they watched it in the living room. And I kind of walked in the middle. It's a lot different watching a scary movie on the TV in the living room in the middle of the day than it is in a great big theater with the lights out and all the surround sound. That's a different experience. But the scenes I saw were pretty scary.
Yeah.
When I was just passing through doing laundry.
I guess I saw the dude who played the clown out of makeup. So the only thing I could see when I saw him was that dude.
Oh, well, that was number 9 on the list. Coming in number 8, Carrie, the original from 1976. That was with Sissy Spacek, John Travolta. Remember that? The blood, the prom scene, so gross.
Yeah.
Did you see Carrie?
I didn't see Carrie.
I don't know that I've sat through the whole thing. I'm real nervous. So I get up and leave. Alan's seen me watch scary movies. I'll get up and leave. And
you're nervous when we watch Ozark.
Yeah, I have to leave, come back. That's why I've not seen some of these movies all the way through. I just see bits and pieces. Number 7 is Poltergeist. This one I have seen all the way through.
Yeah,
1982.
I've seen Poltergeist a million times.
Carol-Ann, look into the light, Carol-Ann. And there's rumors that whole set and the people who were in that movie were cursed because of being in it. You remember the little girl that did play Carrie Ann? She died.
Really?
She had a serious bowel obstruction. I'm not joking.
Get
she
out of
died
here.
when she was a child. It was really bad. But that was in 1982. Number 6 on the list, quintessential horror movies celebrating Halloween. If you want to pull out some classics, why not Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
This goes back to 1980.
God, these are all old.
Well, these are the quintessential ones.
I thought rankers are just ranking these.
People
are picking all the old ones.
People add to the list and they vote them up or down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like the list, you can go in and vote them up or down. But Friday the 13th from 1980. This isn't Michael Myers. This is Jason Voorhees, right? Jason. So that's from 1980 with Kevin Bacon. I went to Liberty University. I think I went to school with one of the girls that was murdered in Friday the 13th.
Really?
Yeah, I think she went to Liberty. I think that's the right movie. It might have been the Michael Myers one, but I think it was Friday the 13th.
It's kind of dropping a down low dime.
Right. Number 5, one of my favorite scary movies of all time, The Shining with Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
This came out in 1980, and I remember my girlfriends, Angie and Donna Curvin, and we rented it on VHS at Blockbuster, and we sat in the living room and scared to death because this was really scary, 1980, I probably watched, well, it was out on VHS by then, so we probably watched it. I was still in high school, but that one's awesome. He's a writer that goes up to this ski lodge that shuts down in the winter because everything gets, it's a big lodge in the mountains, but in the winter it's so snowy, nobody can get in or out. So he's the caretaker, and then he proceeds to go insane. Did you see that one, Alan?
I've seen parts of it. It's too scary.
It's scary. It's so scary.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Silence of the Lambs. I
have
did
seen
see
that.
this,
Yep, I've seen
but I
that.
have not seen it since it came out in 1991. I saw it once. And so people quote this movie all the time about, put the lotion in the basket or something like that. And something about fava beans and all that stuff. Chianti. Men quote this movie all the time. I've seen it once. That was enough. I remember Jodie Foster. She was talking about that. Remember that? She was very, remember that? Yes. She was very, very rough. So that's 1991. If you haven't seen that in a while, you might want to check Silence of the Lambs out. Number 3, The Exorcist, one I have not seen and do not plan to. 1973.
It's devil stuff.
It's inspired by the 1949 exorcism case of Roland Doe, and deals with the demonic possession of a 12-year-old girl and her mother's desperate attempts to win back her child through an exorcism conducted by 2 priests. I don't know. Did they succeed, Alan?
Was it Max von Sydow? Was he the priest in that?
I think that's right. Were they successful in exorcising it?
Don't remember. But just seeing him roll around in that movie was scary enough for me.
Linda Blair. Spitting up pea soup. I remember seeing the picture.
Ugh.
Number 2, I saw this in the theater. I had so much fun. This movie scared the crap out of me. Nightmare on Elm Street came out in 1984. I was a senior in high school. I remember when I went, me and my girlfriend sat in the back, 4 girls sat in the front, and we all screamed. And it was just a big empty theater except for like 6 of us. And we had a ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was today years old when I knew that Johnny Depp was in this movie.
Yes.
This was his first movie.
He was killed in this movie. I was so sad. He was so cute. But, he's Freddy Krueger that came to the kids in their dreams. Ring around the rosy. Very creepy.
You seen Johnny Depp?
You go back now. What?
You seen Johnny Depp lately?
Yeah, he's a mess. But you go back now and
he looks like Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. The scene, you remember when his arms like stretched out really long, like big accordions? That was kind of stupid. But the scene that grosses me out is when she's on the phone and his tongue comes out and licks her out of the phone. It's so gross. So here we go. Number 1.
Number 1. What is it?
Alan is just desperate to get this list over
kind of.
If everybody loves, as much as I love lists, Alan hates them.
Lists. I know I like lists. I just don't like 25 deep lists.
These are deep. This is good.
I'm trying to guess.
I counted through them.
I'm trying to guess which this might be. Which scary one? 7.
That's a good one. Let's see. On this list, it's Halloween.
Duh.
The original. In 1978, starring Jamie Lee Curtis. Kyle Richards, Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Kyle Richards. They just did the remake of this on its 20th anniversary in 98. Well, they did another one because, no, it was more than 78. 88, 98, 08, 18, 40th anniversary. Wow.
You know what wasn't on there, that list? Children of the Corn.
But see, I don't think Children of the Corn was, I saw parts of it. I think I might have seen the whole thing. That wasn't very scary.
Christine.
I didn't see Christine about the car, right?
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of
but that's
7.
This list.
7 is my personal favorite scary movie.
Well, that's this list. So you can go to ranker.com. You can start your own list if you're not happy with this. But for Halloween,
I'm not happy with that list.
A lot of people are not going out. They're choosing to stay home, hunker down. So maybe a movie on that list, maybe it's like, oh, I haven't seen that in a while. Or, oh, never saw that. You can get it on pay-per-view or stream it and
have a little movie. How can 7 not be on that list of 25 movies?
Because there's thousands of movies to choose from, Alan.
A lot of scary movies.
Thousands.
That was good, babe.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad you liked it.
Whew. It was good.
You're exhausted from
my
list?
I'm exhausted, yeah.
I'm going to come with a list next week. It's going to blow your mind.
Really?
I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'll make it up.
All right, babe. Well, we ran a little long, but that's okay.
As long as it's entertaining.
It was very entertaining. Have we done everything we're supposed to do?
Yeah, we did everything we're supposed to do. I was listening to Joe Rogan's been having some interesting guests on recently at Kanye West and this conspiracy theorist guy, Mark Jones, I think his name is.
Tell me fake Kanye is not coming in here.
No.
Okay.
But his podcasts are 3 hours long. 3 hours.
Joe Rogan's are?
Do you want 3 hours of us? Does anybody? No. And
I don't want 3 hours of us.
The first, I don't remember if it was 7 or 9 minutes, back to back to back to back to back commercials. He didn't start his podcast till like 9 minutes in. It was one commercial after the other. I was really surprised. I'd never listened to his podcast before.
And you know what?
But you know what? He is like the most successful podcaster in the country.
Well, you know what?
He's loaded.
He's rolling wheelbarrows of cash to the bank, too.
So anyway, I just thought it was interesting. Just, like a little compare and contrast to our podcast. Alan's mad we go over an hour, and I'm like, people listen to Joe Rogan for 3 hours.
Not mad. There's no one mad. No one's mad.
Well, you did did point it out.
Oh, no one's mad.
As long as you're entertained, I'll just keep talking. But I ain't talking for 3 hours.
I don't think I could take that. That's a long time. That's a lot of talking.
It is.
All right, babe. Well, good. You got anything else?
No, Alan, I'm done.
All right. Well, I had something, but we'll save it to next time.
Well, good. We'll need stuff for the next podcast.
Yeah. No, I knew it would probably be too much. All right, babe. Well, this is fun. You go out and let's watch a scary movie, maybe.
Maybe this weekend. But we got the kids.
I'm kind of
little kids.
I'm a weenie when it comes to scary movies. I just don't like them.
It's not my favorite genre.
Yeah. It's just like I'm not a big haunted house
But
fan.
I do want to have a movie night with the kids. We moved in this house and it came with a media room that we don't use except for playing video games.
It's used all the time.
For video games, not for family movie night. It's even got a little mini fridge up there.
Yeah,
there's no snacks up there.
Dime.
It came with the house.
Wow.
It came with the house.
Media room with a mini
fridge.
You
can get a mini fridge for $100 at Walmart. Come on.
Drop it big here. Here, we'll all pick that one up for you. Here.
Came with the house.
Okay, it did come with the house. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love your list desperately.
You don't.
I do. It was a very good list. People love lists. I love your list.
Thank you.
I love our listeners desperately. Did I say that?
You did.
I love Halloween desperately. And that's coming up. I'm going to dress up. I bet you won't be able to tell what I'm going to dress up as.
Slash or Negan.
Yes. But I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye. Someone said Big Al's is real short, his podcast.
Yeah, he probably is scrambling to fill 15 minutes. Poor Al.
Does he do bits? What's he do?
I don't know. He's like, let's be single together. How long are his podcasts? I've listened to the first one, but I need to go listen to some more.
My man. When does he record that thing?
I don't know.
Is he just doing it for fun? Or?
No, I mean, because George wants everybody to have a podcast.
Amen. Everybody's a podcast. Amen. Everybody can do a podcast. Amen. Hey, Kellie. See if Alan will do a podcast. Amen. That's right. Hour and a half. Oh, he's not, Michael. He is so on the down low, that guy. He is not getting a podcast. Never, ever, ever. 15 minutes. Al's is 15 minutes.
It's 15 minutes?
I said 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, Bethany, Dylan, and Emma Kellie are Harry Potter characters. Michael said he responded to your Facebook message.
Oh, good. Are you coming? Are you coming? Are you?
Yeah, little Matt, I'm ready. I am ready. The trailer. The trailer looks awesome. I'm ready. That's going to be great. I'm super ready. Whoa. All right, guys, we're running a little late tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded, and there you go. Yeah, get your Disney Plus. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will media room for Mando. Wow, dime. Must be nice. Next podcast, Monday, right? Election Eve, yeah. Yes, Kellie. Election Eve. Who did you vote for, Kellie? All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, there it is.